Alright, so in this one, we're going to be going over the GamePress team tier list. Now, they made one with just all the Sparkings that I went over about a week ago. I believe it was a week ago. All the Sparkings from Z tier to about tier 1 I went over, then tier 2 I kind of scanned. And then we saw if I agree, disagree, basically yada yada yada. Same concept here. It's going to be their team tier list that they feel is the best teams to the worser and worser teams as we progress. I'll say if I agree or disagree with who's where, what's who is the best in their opinion, and who's my best in that opinion of that specific team. And yeah, just go through it. So this is how they're sorting it with this. Since they changed the actual tier list, I assume they would change this, which, good, it makes sense. So 1% banner units are at 7 stars. Zenkai fighters on Master Pack banners or tutorial missions are at 14. So for example, let's see, Red Namek Super Saiyan Goku, Scouter Vegeta, who else? Android 18, they're all at 14. Zenkai fighters not featured on Master Pack banners and tutorial missions, again, for example, are at 9 stars. I believe the Super Saiyan 4s were never on Master Pack banners, so Super Saiyan 4s, there you go. Then free-to-play fighters and free-to-play Zenkai fighters are at 14 stars, so like Android 21, Legend Droid Piccolo, blah 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 blah. Then Zenkai Legends Limited Fighters are at 7 stars, so LF Gohan will be at 7, not 14. And then LFs will be at 6 stars, not 3 stars, 6-star LFs. So that plays a big role. So Z tier. What makes a team Z tier? Consistent teams offensively and defensively. All teams in this tier have multiple win conditions, so they can afford to make multiple mistakes per battle without their chances of victory decreasing. In short, these teams are clearly superior to the others placed below them in this list. So his top team in the game is Regen. Okay, I disagree with Regen being number 1, but let's look at what he says. So no, none of the builds below is the defensive best. The suggested ones the fighters highlighted below are just strong enough to put a serious argument to be on the team, so they are listed. Also, bench fighters aren't necessarily worse than the core, as the choice of which is dependent on the matchup. The Dragon Balls in the LF icons indicate the stars required for them to be considered core options. If a LF doesn't have the Dragon Ball, it means it's a core regardless of stars. So they're saying a blast-based, well, okay, more blast-based Regen team with Piccolo, Kid Buu, and Fat Buu, not caring if Kid Buu is even 2 stars. Interesting. Then another one would be a strike-based team with Zamasu instead. Again, not caring his stars. Okay, I definitely agree with the first one being the best Regen build, but I do think Saiyans is a better team than this. I understand the bench. It's health bench with Android 21. Cell is a red option you could use. And then for the second team, you just swap it around with Kid Buu or Cell, right? Or Kid Buu and Merge Zamasu, rather. Now DKP is your other purple option because 21's not viable, and he's a range type that can do good numbers if you get all his stuffs built up. And the last one is if you don't have LF Kid Buu, I guess, but you have Zamasu. The last one I don't like a lot, just because I don't think DKP fits as a core member. He's just not good enough in my opinion. And with Fat Buu, you want to do like a more strike-oriented team. So personally, I like number 2 more. But number 1 is the best team for Regen. I do think Regen is top 3 though. I do not think they make number 1 necessarily, but top 3, Regen definitely makes it. Let's look at Saiyans. We're only going to look up to like the middle of tier 1, because everything below that's really just not worth our time at this point. So Saiyans, alright, there you go. This is what I like to see. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta getting respect. Yeah, the core is always going to be the same. Angel Vegeta, Namek Goku, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, yeah, just blast-based team. Vegeta's going to support you, heal you 3 times every swap in and out. I mean, it's great. And then Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I believe, has health restore up, and he has health equipment. Like, it's going to work out well. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is your red option. Super Saiyan 4 Goku as your purple. Okay, so I've seen this argument a lot that purple Super Saiyan 4 is better than purple Super Saiyan 3. So let's say a team like this, right? That's very hard-hitting. It's going to hurt you quick. And also they have Super Gogeta as a red option. Okay. Very hard-hitting and super quick. Besides Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which he could still do that, but, you know, he'd rather be out longer so he gets the timer counts and get his increased card draw speed and yada yada yada. Besides him, the team's going to hit really hard really quick, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku doesn't do that. He rarely gets all his damage buffs. The only attribute to him is he's nullifying cover change, which is great, but his damage is not anything to compare to Super Saiyan 3. And yes, while I do value utility a lot over a unit's pure damage, like I just made a video earlier that's saying Android 17 Tournament of Power is better than Zenkai 7 Android 18 when they're both fully maxed out, that's because I value utility a lot, right? But this team doesn't need more utility, right? You don't need Super Saiyan 4 Goku to be your tanky unit. You have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You have Angel Vegeta to reduce ki by 50 when he swaps in. Like, you don't need Super Saiyan 4 Goku as much as you'd want Super Saiyan 3 Goku as your bench / an alternate option to run. Let's say if they have, I don't know, a very strong green like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you run purple Super Saiyan 3 instead of Namek Goku on that matchup, which is a lot of matches. So I personally think Super Saiyan 3 is better just because Saiyans doesn't need more utility, because Vegeta is enough. Vegeta supplies does enough. They already have a cover rescue. They don't need someone that nullifies cover change. Honestly, if you're running the team at the ranks that you're going to be running them, you know when to drop combo. You know when to not drop combo. You know how to do these things. If his only attribute would be to supply the nullified cover change, then Super Saiyan 4 is definitely not worth it because his damage isn't high enough. His defense is very good, but his damage is definitely not high enough. Vegeta and Gogeta as alternate options, obviously I value Vegeta more because his main can support his allies, buffing their special move, ultimate, and awakened arts damage, and damage inflicted, so buffing them twice, changing strike to blast, which is also amazing for Namek and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and decent enough for Vegeta. And then he has infinite card draw speed that cannot be cancelled. I think he fits way more valuable than Super Gogeta does, with Gogeta's card draw lasting time restricted amount. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's 10 counts. He does have a blue card that can feint, given Vegeta's ultimate can feint, so you can kind of compare them two. Then Gogeta does have blast armor on his ultimate, while Vegeta has no blast armor. It's more if you want, again, utility. Vegeta will supply more utility than Gogeta would. Gogeta's going to make you do the same thing as Super Saiyan 3 Purple is going to do. Just go ham, go hard, quick, try to finish this match out quick. Vegeta's going to help you build up your Super Saiyan 3, get his damage inflicted even higher with his ultimate / main ability, actually, it works, and gives the buffs. I think the top team is the best, and obviously Raz is there for bench because health bench is stupid with health equips and health support. That's going to give you health back and health main abilities. I think the top team is the... Actually, no. The third team. I didn't even see it. The third team's the best one, in my opinion. I think the first one is the second best. I think Super Gogeta being strike-based does hurt it, because obviously Super Saiyan 3 is blast-based. You do not want to do strikes with him. He will not do that much damage, truly. I think, yeah, the ones with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is better because you have more range types. Then with Red Gogeta, it helps a little bit. I would say the worst one of this is the second one, because Super Saiyan 4 Goku just ain't enough, in my opinion. So yeah, I think Saiyans is the best team, by the way. So I'd say Saiyans above Regen, then Regen. Regen might be below God Key for me, but we'll see what they put up here. So Androids is S tier. They have small flaws and just a little bit worse than Z tier, basically. That's what S tier is. So Androids, I really hope this, before I look, EX Super 17, is he here? He doesn't make it, really? Okay, interesting. Okay, so core would be Blue 21, Android 18, Super 17. Bench is Red Cell 21, then 17, huh? Yeah, this definitely is the best Androids team. The second team I really don't like, because I think Green 21 is way too fragile, and she just doesn't help enough. She's not supporting, she's not doing anything besides blast damage, and it's not even that impressive. Definitely would prefer the first team over the second team. I think they are a little bit underrating this EX Super 17. I think he's very good for what he is. I do think, personally, from running him earlier, that he's pretty remarkable on Androids. I don't know. From my personal experience, I very much like him as a purple option for Androids. I don't think they need the health bench. I understand why health bench is going to be in most teams, because the more health, the more you can tank, the more you can eat, and the more you can learn how to play against your opponent and win the match, because you're eating more, you're taking more combos, blah, blah, blah. I understand it. I just don't feel like it's necessary in every single team. Like, if this second team here had EX Super 17 as the bench, because he's double attacks, instead of Android 21, I would prefer that, or instead of instead of Sparking Red Cell here, rather, because they're both double attack bench, so I'd rather take off the Cell. You don't really need a red option, because who's a really strong yellow you're going to face against besides Android 18 that you're not really facing against a lot of these matches? And against androids, she's not going to do incredible damage. So you really don't need a red on androids currently. I agree with the best team being this top one, but I do not agree with EX Super 17 being left off. I think Red Cell can say goodbye for that team, personally. So no, I think S tier androids is not the top one. I think God Key would be top of S, but we'll see right here. Or it could be Z, we will see, right? So, God Key. Zamasu's probably on this. Vegeta's probably on this. UI Goku, I can't speak, is probably not on this, actually. But let's see. Alright, oh, Dragon Ball Legends ad. Okay, so the core, really? UI Goku is there. Oh, nice. UI Goku at 6 stars. I think they're overvaluing Zamasu a lot. Okay. So the first team, I assume these aren't in order of, like, best to worst of the 3 teams. I think it's just, like, giving you options. So, the first team, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Gogeta Blue at 6 stars, and Vados. While I agree, Goku and Vados, I think they are very core options to the best God Key team, because Goku's healing on green card, the card draw speed, the tanking, the damage, he literally is everything you want in a character, and it's just absurd. Probably the not most balanced, but the best Zenkai that everyone can get, because you legitimately can get this guy for free. Like, every single player in the game gets this guy for free with 20cc a day, and 7 stars free after you complete a certain part of the story. You should do it if you haven't done it yet. For any team, not just for God Key. He's good on legitimately any team you throw him on. And good Z ability. And Zenkai ability. But, bench with Beerus makes sense to Zenkai buff Vados. Vegito Blue, he's weird Z ability. Strike attack and blast defense, which I don't... Goku's range type, Vados is range type, Gogeta Blue's strike based. So that Z ability doesn't help him too much. I would say a Champa is maybe a better Z ability, but again, I think he's also benched there because you could bring him into battle. So yeah, I'll agree, because he is also a supporting type of unit, so he can help the team out. Yeah, I think Zamasu is way too overvalued. Personally, I don't think God Key needs a red in a match. You don't really need to bring one. There's just too many strong blues in this game, man. Like, this blue Goku will two-shot that Zamasu, because they're saying any stars, right? Well, my 14-star Super Saiyan Blue Goku is going to two-shot that Zamasu. I don't care if he's going to go neutral on his green. He's just not going to do enough. I think Zamasu's a little overvalued on this list. I don't think he deserves to be in this spot of, yeah, he's a core bench unit. Especially if they're not rating him at 6 stars. I definitely don't think he deserves to be there, but we'll move on. Now this one's more a, well, same type of thing, just if you don't have Gogeta Blue 6 stars, you run Super Saiyan God Vegeta. I like this team more, because it sustains better, because God Vegeta obviously tanks better than a 6-star Legends Limited unit. And he heals after combo ends, rather. Then you have the swaps and all that with Vados once again. I do think Super Saiyan Blue and Vados are core members. Again, the bench, I just disagree with the Zamasu having that option. I think, who could replace Zamasu? You don't need a full color wheel nowadays, you really don't. But who could replace Zamasu as an option to the bench? Champa's a good bench, because he's double attacks. I'm thinking, you're going to run a more blast-based team, right? I prefer UI Goku. I just rather the option of bringing UI Goku, because I like UI Goku over Vegito Blue. And I don't think UI Goku at, let's say, a 6-star, like he has him rated here, is worse than a Zamasu, let's say, 2-star. I think UI Goku's better in that instance. Maybe at 3, you could argue it, but at 2, I think a 6-star UI is better. And I might be a little biased, because my Zamasu's 2, my UI's 8. it's just personal preference, right? It's a list. You're going over it. You're not going to agree with everything. That's just how it is. Then the last one, what's the difference? What? Oh, he took out Vegito Blue for UI. No, I think Vegito Blue at 6 is equal to UI Goku at 6. Yeah, UI Goku at 3 definitely is worse than Vegito Blue. And just because he's not doing enough and he's not going to hit hard enough to maintain his actual good damage. So yeah, I'd say the best one is the second one. I just value the sustain more than the damage, because I know Gogeta Blue can do more damage than God Vegeta, like, no doubt. But I value the sustaining. Okay, I can take this many more combos with Vegeta than I could take with Gogeta Blue. He's just not going to tank enough Gogeta Blue. That's how it is. You give him triple health equips, you give him everything he wants, he will not tank better than God Vegeta. So, honestly, God Key, no, they're not Z, but I do think they're above androids here at least. So far I would say Saiyans and Regen, sure, they make it to Z, they're both there. God Key is top of S, androids is second, then hybrids is probably a little lower. Yeah, we'll just look at and skim through tier 1, like the number 1 team of it. Well, let's keep going here. Hybrids. Hybrids. They haven't got many buffs, so let's see what they put. Okay. Interesting. I like this. I like what they're doing here. I like number 2 a lot. Number 2 looks my type of team. Interesting. Alright. So number 1 would be Gohan, Trunks, and a future Gohan at 6 stars. Yes. Yeah, just straight up, yeah. I don't disagree. I maybe disagree with the bench, because the Trunks, I agree. The Gohan, I agree. You could just have Gotenks there. Gohan doesn't matter. They're both the same thing. They're both health benches. Personally, for the first one, I wouldn't put Future Gohan as bench. I, for one, have used Future Gohan a lot. And well, let me say this. EX Future Gohan a lot, right? I've used them a lot. And I've used Legends Limited Future Gohan an okay amount. Personally, if you aren't running EX Future Gohan with a Trunks, he's not going to look as good as he is. So you're in a predicament where, okay, well, I might take off my 6-star Future Gohan and have this EX in replacement, which is fine, but then that's just the second team. In a typical scenario, you might replace Trunks instead of EX Future Gohan then, and you won't have a Trunks on the team, and your EX Future Gohan's going to be lacking. So I think on this one, the first one particularly, EX Saiyan Saga Gohan, or not Saiyan Saga, Namek Saga Gohan rather, who's double attack, or Gotenks Super Saiyan 3, whose HP bench would be better for the top team. Just because I feel like if you don't run Trunks with EX Future Gohan, he's going to be lacking. And between the 3 options, I would definitely swap out Trunks for EX Future Gohan if I'm getting color countered. Because, yes, there's a lot of strong reds, but there's really a lot of strong greens, and the greens are a lot more overwhelming than the reds from personal experience. So, first one I disagree with a little bit. Second one I like a lot. Now, same thing, but EX Future Gohan is a main unit. You have a double attack bench from Goten. Again, you can just rock a different unit, but they're probably trying to fill the color wheel, so they have Goten as a yellow. You could rock Tournament of Power Gohan, who's the same exact bench at the same stars. Red Trunks again to Zenkai buff, and then Gohan. I like this. I've used this. I think it flows perfectly, and I think it's very good. The only thing is you're not really supporting your LF Gohan too much, because EX Future Gohan does not support that well. So, it's a give and take. You're doing a lot more tanking because EX Future Gohan's very good at tanking, but you're also giving your LF Gohan a lot less damage overall in the grand scheme. So, it's the give and take. Then the last one, I agree with the core. I like the core. The bench, again, I discussed this with the EX Future Gohan, Legends Limited Gohan. Purple Super Saiyan 2, I don't think he's good enough to bench. He's just fallen off too much, and I think Zenkai Trunks bench is way too incredible, because it literally makes Gohan the behemoth he is, right? He's getting double Zenkai buffed. He's going to be crazy. That's just how it works. So I don't think Purple Super Saiyan 2 can make it out of bench unit. I think instead you could just rock, let's say, replace the EX Future Gohan and replace the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Purple and rock double attack bench, and then this Masenko Gohan, and you have a very, very offensive team. I think that would work a lot better in that circumstance, but don't disagree. I think hybrids is in an okay spot. I don't think they need anything. I don't think they're lacking. I think they're okay. Super Saiyans, huh? Alright, we're going to go through these a little quicker because some of them just... there's not much to talk about. Yeah, here you go. Same exact team you expect it would be. Holy Trinity, Blue Bardock, obviously, the crazy unit. Red Gogeta, obviously another crazy unit. And then Purple Broly, very uncrazy. Just normal. He's good. He can go type neutral up to 4 times. He can get double card draw speed up to 4 times. He can feint on his ultimate. And he has Blast Armor on strikes and ultimate, and his blue card overpowers, but it's a very slow animation. So, Namek Goku bench, the Zenkai buff, Bardock, and double attack. Broly as your green unit, and very tanky unit. And then you have Raditz as your Saiyan health bench. Then the other team, we blue purple with LF Broly. It's 6 stars. If he gets rolling, I understand. LF Broly can be a menace when he gets rolling with Bardock buffs, but that's probably his only scenario he's very good in. Then you have Red Gogeta as your sub option, Namek Goku again to Zenkai buff, both of them, Bardock and Broly, and then Raditz to give you some help. Don't disagree, I like that Saiyan team, or Super Saiyan team rather, just right to the point, you know? Makes sense. Alright, this one, oh boy, what in the hell? Double defense bench from Otherworld Goku, huh? I strongly disagree. But we'll go through this a little quick here. Okay, I definitely feel like number 2 is the best because Super Saiyan 3, I already discussed this. I just feel like Super Saiyan 3 is better than Super Saiyan 4. I believe LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku gives strike attack and defense, so I don't understand why he's benched here. If he gives blast attack, I'd be shocked because he has a strike base unit. I believe he gives... yeah, I don't understand the bench for that first one. Or the second one, really. The core is, like, you know, that's the core, yeah, but the bench doesn't make sense. Otherworld Goku giving double defense. I guess this team needs a little bit of defense, but I don't think it needs so much to where you have to rock a whole Z ability. I think a health bench would be just fine enough. Super Saiyan 4 being your Zenkai there as your purple option just isn't it. Nah. The single Z ability, he's not Zenkai buffing anyone. It's just not enough. And then LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku's kind of just a joke. He's just probably there as a yellow option to bring into the match. Then the second team, Super Saiyan 3, yes, because he's going to double buff at least 2 units on your core, and he's an actual decent option to bring in. But the other two, obviously, I just spoke about. And the last one would be double attack bench from Goten. I like this one more, but I just don't like Super Saiyan 4 Goku on it. It's strange their Z abilities they chose for the bench. I don't really agree with Otherworld Goku being there. I think Tournament of Power Gohan would be fine as a double attack. Again, more offense makes sense. There's no health bench for a Sun Family based team, I believe, so I get why they didn't put it, because there is none, but that bench just kind of throws me off. So I think the team's fine, but the bench ain't it. Future, let's see Future. They got a lot of buffs. I'm surprised they'd be this low, but let's see. Alright, core. Interesting. Oh my god, my Rose is getting love. Okay. Okay, my health bench. We're just going to go over the stagnant choices, right? So Mai is your health bench. Future Gohan's also everywhere, so let's look at him. Good bench. Yeah, he is good bench. Good core unit, I agree. Yeah, Future Gohan makes sense to be here. Goku Black is also everywhere. He's just absurd. He's the best green unit for Future. There's literally nothing else to say. Like, he's just the best for it. Purple Vegito Blue, yes, he does support. It would work well enough with Trunks because Trunks doesn't need much support. He just needs to get hit to get his card draw speed, then pop his main, get some more damage, and get hit, get more damage. He just does damage very well. And Vegito Blue being range type, this is more of a range type build, as you can see with Cell. So I agree, the first one is very good. I just don't think it's the best one, personally. The best one's definitely the third one, the fourth one, by the way. Second one would be a strike-based build, as well as the third one, huh? Rose at 6. I agree. Rose is very slept on. He's very good with his bleed that he can do that lasts even when they're not in the battlefield. And destroying Dragon Balls. I think he has like a 50% chance to destroy Dragon Balls on strike, or something crazy like that, which is very good. Future Gohan strike-based Zamasu. Again, I just feel like they have to save Zamasu at 6 stars. I really don't see the greatest value of Zamasu at 3 stars. Trust me, I understand he's very good, but I don't see the value of him at 3 stars. I just don't. Like, I would easily just replace him with another option. Like, I'd rather have Green Goku Black, who's blast based, than a Zamasu at 2 stars, personally, or 3 stars. That's just me. And then the third one, basically same thing. Obviously, the second one's better because the Zenkai Trunks is a better option than a Vegito Blue. But Vegito Blue is strike-based, so... yeah, I like it. Obviously, the fourth one I like the most because it just flows the best. Vegito Blue is very good. Super Saiyan 2 Trunks is very good with him, and then Goku Black is a dominant force who literally is reckoning everything because he's crazy and he's been on so many banners, and he's just really damn good. That's it. Personally, what I would change in probably the first one is Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta could at least be a sub option. His support should not go unnoticed. His support is crazy, and it just does a lot more than people really give him credit for. Like, I don't think anybody thinks he's bad. I think people just think he's aged too much. Personally, I don't think he has. I think he is very good, and I run him as my core unit on every single future team because his support is just that crazy. With my 14-star Goku Black, it's going to make him do crazy damage. My Vegito Blue support at 6-star, which doesn't matter star count, but for example, my 6-star Vegito Blue to my 13-star Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, the support from Vegeta and the tankiness Vegeta will have over my Vegito Blue is a lot more higher than Vegito Blue could offer, personally. So I think he should have a little respect, but I do understand why he's not here. So, not the worst in my opinion. That's probably the one I think is the best that I've disagreed with fully. Then GT. Oh god, don't show me Nova. Oh, I see Nova. Alright, EX. Kid Goku is obviously the double health bench. What the hell was that? Then the best team would be the Zenkais and LF Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. They want him at 6. Interesting. I do agree this is the best GT team. Maybe you can swap bench-wise if you don't care about having a yellow, which you really... you don't really need a yellow if your Gogeta's going neutral all the time. For EX Sin, I believe he's double attack for GT, so that would work out a little bit better. But overall, yeah, that's the optimal GT team. Then the other one would be Super Saiyan 4s and Super 17. Yeah, again, it just makes sense. Obviously, Zenkai's rule, and that's the best team for it. Ice is giving the attack and defense, so is Nova, and then GT Goku is giving the health bench. Yeah, it's just simple. That's just the best two teams for GT. There's not really much you could say about it. They're correct. Then females. Let's go into this, then we'll look at the top tier 1 team, then we'll call it there. Females with Android, 21, 18, and Vados. Definitely better than the second one. Kefla bench. I do respect Kefla a little bit now. Caulifla bench, she's just there for a purple option, I assume, because she's not very good at all. Then Mai is a health bench. They really value health bench, so I'm surprised. Surprised they don't give a little bit more defense when they value health benches so much, but it's interesting to me. Does Android 21 purple give health bench for females? I would rock her as a health bench over Caulifla. I just don't see Caulifla being good enough to ever bring into a battle. Like, even against the Saiyan team, she's not good enough. Like, I have her, I've tried on Rival Universe, and she's just not enough. But, hey, that's just me. I would rock double health bench over Caulifla there. But the top team's obviously better, because Vados just does more for the team than Android 21 could ever. Green, obviously I'm talking about here. So yeah, makes sense to me. Again, I would rock double health bench instead. But let's look at the number 1 tier 1 team. So far, though, I've agreed that these two should be swapped. I'd say God Key is above Androids, and then Hybrids is just below. Super Saiyans could be above Hybrids. It's a debate, It's more luck-based with Super Saiyans. Sun Family makes sense. Future makes sense. GT makes sense. And females could be a little lower, but, it's not the worst team. So the last one we'll look at here is Fusion Warriors. Then we'll just skim through and see if anything stands out. Then we'll look at it, right? Fusions would be Red Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, any stars, and then Vegito Blue at 6. Then your bench would be Gotenks for health, Vegito Blue, and then Gogeta Blue at any stars. It's very interesting that they're putting the bench LF unit at any stars. Interesting. I get it because they want him just as like an alternate option. Like he's not going to be someone you're going to bring into every match, but he's an option for a yellow if you have to counter out somebody's purple, right? But I just don't think that's needed with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The amount of times he can go type neutral, you really don't need someone that can cover his ass. If you play smart enough with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I know it's that idea of, oh, just play better. Like, it's a stupid thing to say, but it's true. If you play smart enough with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you don't need a color counter to save him. So personally, I would say you need Gogeta Blue at 6 stars to bench him. For both teams, I just don't agree with him not being at 6 stars there. But the other one would be Red Gogeta, Vegeta Blue, and Transforming Gogeta. I don't think Transforming Gogeta can fit into a main lineup. Like, I get what he's going for, more blast base with Vegeta Blue and Transforming Gogeta. And then the bench should be double defense from Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta if he's at 3 stars. Again, he's not saying any stars here, so it's kind of inconspicuous, which, I mean, I think there should be a star gap for, you know, Z abilities, but whatever. Gogeta Blue would be strike, attack, and defense, I believe, if, again, we're rating at 3 stars for fusions, and then Gotenks would be another health bench. I get it, like I said, he's going for the health, or blast-based team, rather, and it's not the best, it's just that they need somebody else, and it doesn't work out amazingly, especially when you're neutering Red Gogeta, who's going to carry you through the matches. I just don't think it would work out the greatest. But, yeah. Let's just look through real quick, see if there's anything that stands out to me here. Rival Universe there, powerful opponent of Vegeta family. Movies above Universe Battle Saga literally has like 60 abilities, I get it. Dragon Ball Saga, Legends Road, yeah. Okay. Super Warriors is definitely better than Ginyu Force. Come on, give them a little credit. Legends Road is probably better than LOE. Maybe. It's kind of iffy. But yeah. That's the GamePress team tier list. Let me know if you guys disagree or agree. Let me know if you guys disagree or agree with what I said about it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.